Ask Reddit by bulk kicker decks. People who get in their cars but then take ages to drive away. What are you doing in there? Replying to the "could you get ice cream" text my wife sent after I already checked out. Felt. In the previous car I had, I would cold start it with the radio off and let it run for a few minutes so I could listen to what was going to break next. It rattled, buzzed, squeaked, etc. from multiple places. That's why I keep the radio on and loud. I don't want to know what's going to go next. Let me enjoy denial. Pre-flight checks. Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal. Crying. Having an existential crisis in a Walmart parking lot. Picking out music, setting a GPS, reading a text, any number of things. You can also add in waiting for the kids to settle down and put their seatbelts on for a select not so few of us. Being alone with my demons. I just need a few minutes to myself before and after I reach my destination. Especially if it's after work or a social event. I'm peopled out. Let me be in isolation on my phone or with my thoughts for a hot minute. Deleted. I have to turn the stereo on and off 16 times or the world will end. Deleted. Sometimes I'm queuing up a bunch of songs, looking for a podcast, texting, social mediaing, having a snack or a drink or a smoke, anything that I wanna do but can't while driving lol. My husband sits for 5+ minutes looking for just the right song to play for his 3-minute drive to work. People with kids. Getting some me time. On the other extreme, I used to laugh when my son was car seat age and someone would be hovering to get my spot. Unloading a cart of groceries, returning the cart, and getting a kid into a car seat and both of you settled is like a 15-minute procedure under ideal conditions. And it's never ideal conditions. Guess there's gonna be an endless amount of reasons but mine is, I have chronic pulmonary obstruction disease and when I'll have walked to my car I'm totally out of breath and I'll have to sit there for 5 or more minutes until I get my breath back and am able to drive away. I'm in the process of applying for disabled parking permit. You're gonna have to put up with me until then. Sorry for any inconvenience. I have mobility issues and yeah, sometimes it's just physically chilling out after getting to the car. Although I doubt disabled space use isn't going to understand why I've gotten in and sat down for a bit. Decompressing. Enjoying my prime parking spot just a little longer. If I paid for an hour of parking slot, I might just go ahead and enjoy sitting in the car doing whatever I want for the said time. Waiting for my Bluetooth to connect. Rolling down all the windows. Waiting for the act to be cold. Rolling my windows back up. Finding a song I want to base a playlist off of for this drive. Making sure I have all my shit in my pockets. Throw it in reverse. Put it in reverse, Terry. Shower thoughts but in the car. Oftentimes, the wife and I will shop at different stores, so one of us will get back first and wait in the truck until the other finishes. I do try and let the person waiting know to move on. The person waiting should move on anyway, they are likely blocking traffic. Unless the spot is empty they should move on. Probably dissociating. My roommates are familiar with my driveway dissociation time trader mark sign. They'll see my headlights pull in 5-10 minutes before they see me. Gotta not exist for a few minutes. Enjoying the one fucking moment of peace and quiet in my entire day. Can you just let me have it? Same. Sometimes I just take my break in my car at work and people start waiting on me to leave. It was never going to happen. I do self-affirmation exercises in the rearview mirror. Prepping myself for a positive and fulfilling drive. I usually begin with "You're good enough, you're smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like you." I had a high school teacher that would tell us this before every test. I had no idea it came from an SNL skit, and it has stuck with me as my go-to pep talk ever since. Annoying you, apparently. People who get in their cars and drive away immediately. How? None of your goddamn business, and if you honk again I'll stay for another 20 minutes, try me. Back when I was in college and a smoker, I'd go to my car between classes to smoke. It was always amusing when some entitled idiot would honk at me because they've decided I'm leaving. I'd just ignore them until I was done and smile as I walked away. There was a time I was shopping, took a few minutes to load up the car afterward. Some guy really wanted the space, so sat there blocking traffic. Annoyed me so much I locked up the car and went back inside. This has chaotic energy and I love it. Letting my engine warm up and get the oil circulating. Also setting nav, picking music, texting. Until that needle drops to below 1k the car ain't moving. I am a father. I have one bathroom at home, so my 10-minute pizza pickup is gonna take at least 20 so my ears can get a break. And I'm a mom. Usually I'm out with my kid, and when she's strapped in her seat it's my break from being climbed on. So I might sit a second in the parking space and savor it, lol. I have a 30-minute to an hour and 30-minute drive home from work depending on construction and traffic. So, I'm sitting there, queuing up podcasts and music, downing a bit of water, and maybe calling my hubby. I'm also usually pulling up Google Maps and looking at my route. Construction and traffic usually has Google take me a slightly different way home every day lately. I work night shift in a hospital, so I usually get a pretty prime parking spot. I refuse to park in the front row, but I'm usually 3 rows back. The employee lot is huge, and in the 5 years I've been coming here, I've never seen it more than 50% full. Ever. But people will still follow me as I'm walking through the lot, sit behind me, and I even had some lady honk her car at me to move. Honestly, it gives me anxiety, and sometimes I turn the car off and sit there until the car leaves. I'm not sure why it makes me so anxious, but it does. It just feels really aggressive, especially since the lot is never, ever even close to full. Deleted. I have pretty bad ADHD. Sometimes I'll hop in the car and all of a sudden I realize I've been sitting there scrolling through Reddit for 10 minutes. Only 10 minutes? Usually when I have to drive somewhere, I'm just building up the willpower to deal with people. Being in public can be very overwhelming for me, so sometimes I just need to prepare myself. Trying to find my fucking lighter. Literally this, I don't smoke anymore, but that was always half my problem. Getting over the existential dread of driving and working as I move from one neighborhood I will never afford to live into another. Having the daily existential crisis of why am I living? 1. Start car. 2. Seatbelt. 3. Start Pandora. 4. Put address into Google Maps. 5. No music started. Go back to Pandora. Stuck on buffering despite full bars. 6. Force stop Pandora and reopen. 7. Music is now playing on phone, not car speaker. 8. Disconnect reconnect Bluetooth. 9. Music is now playing on phone, not car speaker. 10. Turn off car. 11. Restart phone. 12. Turn on car. 13. Start Pandora. Stuck on buffering despite full bars. 14. Start YT music. Music is now playing. 15. Put address into Google Maps. 16. Drive to 7-Eleven, Literally 1 block away from my house. Trying to get CarPlay to connect. Tunes, navigation, maybe sending a text, making a phone call, or changing clothes even. Maybe all of the above. Obv's not done using my space yet. What's it to you? Setting up my map, finding music I want, cleaning my glasses, finishing up a phone call. BC I don't talk on the phone while driving. Probably some combination of those things. Connect the Bluetooth, choose a playlist or a story to listen to and maybe text whoever I'm driving to that I'm on my way. This is kinda rare though, usually I don't take more than 10 seconds to drive away. Probably calling or texting someone. Gotta pay attention to the road when I'm driving after all. As a parent, I'm literally either decompressing for a few minutes or having a brief fantasy about driving to a hotel to order room service and relax in blessed silence for 15 hours, while oh hadn't to keep the children alive instead of passing the buck or hiding in the toilet. Bliss. Crying. Enjoying the tiny little bit of peace and solitude I get between work and home. Don't take it from me. Usually looking up something on social media or trying to think of somewhere else to go so I don't have to go home immediately. Whatever the fuck I want because it's truly the only place I can actually be alone at anymore. Waiting for my aftermarket Android display to boot up so I can plug my phone in. It takes a minute, and after I plug my phone in, I tap where I'm headed on maps because I like to have traffic information. Contemplating the vast void that is life as a whole until I realize I'm late for work. Minding my own business. Self-compose, figure out the best route on Google Maps, choose the playlist that best fit my mood for that particular drive, put my valuables away from plain sight, the works. I've got a 20-year-old shitbox, she takes a minute to warm up. I only do that when someone is holding up traffic indicating to get into my space when I haven't even got everything in the car yet. After I've got the bags in, I take the trolley back, then I need to get the kids in and strapped in, then the dog in and harnessed too. Then me, then I might need the sat nav, then I'll plug my phone in to put music on the Bluetooth. Then I'll go. But when someone is glaring at me because I'm doing all this by myself it's gonna take me longer. If there is an obnoxious so-and-so beeping the horn asking them to hurry up, they are politely ignoring them. Waiting till the oil warms up in the car, wait till the revs drop, and while it does that I roll a smoke and connect my phone to the stereo to play music. If it's cold I'm letting the engine warm up. Letting my car warm up. It's old and amp, there's an indicator light that goes off when the engine and amp fluids are ready to roll.